Welcome to Weeping Willow Homestead. Today I have a food pantry haul for you. This is our county-run food pantry. They allow you to come in twice a month. The one day you get to pick whatever day that you come in based on the days that they are open. So a lot of times we'll do it when we're before a paycheck, like before the next paycheck comes in, you needing groceries, or we haven't been to the grocery store in a month and I'm not going again because of XYZ for another week. And so we need some stuff to push us through to that next grocery shopping trip, that kind of thing. The other day is what they call Commodities Day, which is the more government subsidized, government funded things rather than the locally donated items. That was today. So it is set items. You don't get to pick and choose what you get. It's, for the most part, it's here's 2 cans of this, 1 can of this, 1 bottle of this, whatever. You can say no to items, and I did say no to a couple of things today. 1 thing, a couple of things, 2 things. And I'll kind of explain as we go what I said no to and why, and then what we did get a choice on. So let's jump in and see what we were blessed with. I was able to take produce in to donate today. Took 2 5-gallon buckets of green beans, a gallon of cherry tomatoes, and a bunch of regular tomatoes. So that was so nice being able to give those to the community. They were overflow of things that I cannot get processed fast enough. I purposely overplant the garden so that I can do that. So that was nice being able to pass the blessings along. So, and then turn around and they give me stuff that I don't grow or don't grow enough of. So, all right, let's jump in and see what we were blessed with. We got a gallon of 2% milk. There is a bag of these peach slices, and I think, if I remember correctly, these are just peaches. Nope, they're sweetened. But we use those in smoothies, or I make a whole lot of popsicles during the winter, or during the summer for the kids to eat, as a I'm still hungry situation. We got to pick a meat. They had pre-made barbecue pulled pork, although I think it was just pulled pork without the barbecue sauce on it. They had whole chickens, and then they had these boneless pork loins. And I opted for the boneless pork loin because I figured I could throw that into the crock pot and make pulled pork with it, or I can cut it and make pork chops with it. I could really thin slice it and throw it in the dehydrator and make jerky with it. So kind of thought that was the most bang for my buck there. Bang for my buck. Yes, I know I had someone comment about you didn't spend any money on it, so how is it you're bang for your buck? You know what I mean. 6 things of peaches. Yeah, sorry. I was seeing they're peaches with syrup and citric acid and ascorbic acid. So my kids really like these. They will peel all of the foil off and put them frozen in the microwave for like 30 seconds, usually like 15 seconds, and then stir it and then another 15 seconds. And they come out beautifully thawed out without being too warm. So yum, those are good. Sprinkle on some cinnamon on top of it and it's even better. This is something new that we haven't ever gotten before, and it's a beans and rice packet, and it feels like it's got like seasonings in there as well. Yeah, it definitely has seasonings in there as well. And so that would be a nice thing for, especially this winter, for, look, it even says adding some other things to it to bulk it up and make it like a soup, or like I bet you could add like sausage to it and make it like a red beans and rice kind of thing. A thing of walnuts, 1 bag of lentils, and 2 big bags of split green peas. My favorite thing to do with the lentils is not eat them. I will soak and sprout these and feed them to my chickens. And I do that during the winter to get them some greens. And like one of these bags will make like 16 cups of sprouts for them to eat. So it makes it go so much further. And it, like I said, it gets them something green during the winter when we don't have anything green for them to eat. 2 big bags of rice, 2 cans of corn, 2 cans of carrots, and 2 cans of garbanzo beans. They also had green beans, but like I said, I took green beans there today, so I did not need those. These are just so nice to have on the shelf for especially emergency situations like your power's out and you need something that's not refrigerated. You need to not open the refrigerator. Opening up a can of those and heating them up on over a fire even is nice. A whole seedless watermelon. My kids were excited about that. I had to pick out 2 bread items, so we did these all butter croissants because my kids love those for breakfast. And then I did these steakhouse dinner rolls. And what I will do with these is I will cut them open it up, put lunch meat and cheese on it, close it back up, put it in the oven, put like butter, mustard sauce all over the top of it, and bake it. And my kids absolutely love those. Makes for a nice lunch or dinner, either one. And they're delicious. They also had eggs, and we passed on a dozen eggs because we have chickens. So then the score of the day, look at, these are all like seconds apples. So it's where an orchard, probably a local one, picked, and these are all the little apples. There are some decent sized ones in there, but for the most part, these are all like small apples. I am going to probably make these all into applesauce. Some of them are bruised and not too healthy looking, and that's fine. They'll make delicious applesauce. Who cares? I will pick through these, and any of them that are decent sized and in decent shape, I will put for the kids to eat fresh, but then I will just applesauce them up. They had what's called a Gaylord box, an entire Gaylord box. So if you go into like Walmart, the giant boxes that have watermelons in them, that's called a Gaylord box. I don't know why. I don't know whether it's named after somebody or what. But they had an entire one of those about 3/4 of the way full, and we weren't the first people there today. So she said that there had been people coming and taking 3, 4, 5 bags full, and she was encouraging us to take as much as we wanted. So I was very excited about that because we have 2 what are called old growth apple trees. So they are apple trees that are probably 50 years old or more. It wouldn't surprise me if they're pushing 100 years old because our house is 160 some years old. And they have not been pruned. They have not been well taken care of. So they do produce apples, but the apples are very tart, like very tart. And they're mealy and bug ridden. And it's one of those where the trees are kind of too far gone for me to do anything with them. So I have tried making applesauce from them before, and the applesauce, no matter how much sugar I add to it, is so tart. So I did figure out I've been dehydrating them, and the kids will eat that. No problem. It kind of brings out the sweetness and makes them not quite so bad. But I love the idea of being able to can some applesauce with those because my kids love applesauce. My kids love canned fruit. It's one of those where we go to the grocery store and we try to go about once a month. And so we'll go and do like fresh produce is what we eat first. So like the bananas, the pears, that kind of thing. And then they'll eat the frozen fruit, like frozen blueberries and frozen strawberries, those frozen peaches, that type of thing. And then they eat canned fruit for like the last week to push us. That's a lot of people ask, how can you go to the grocery store only once a month? Well, because we don't eat fresh apples and fresh produce all month long, although apples will last that long, especially if your house is cool. So all right, I'm rambling now. So I'm going to go get this cold stuff put away, and then I have some food processing to do. I picked up 2 more boxes of canning lids, y'all. Those have gotten ridiculously expensive, or at least buying them from the Tractor Supply store. But yeah, it's not even cheaper to can anymore. All right, so thank you so much for watching this. If you need help, you need to find a food pantry near you, there is a link in the show notes of this video. Please seek it out. Please go out and get help. If you are struggling, if you are worried about feeding your family, if you're worried about paying your bills, please seek out help. It's out there. They want to help you. They want to serve you. And it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. The number of times a day that I need to hear that. So I'm saying it to you, it's going to be okay. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great day. Goodbye and God bless.